Ant-Man. This is a 2015 film that's directed by Peyton Reed, and this is the 12th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The plot is we see Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd, who is now left prison in the beginning of the movie, and of course he wants to redeem himself. He wants to be with Cassie, spend time with her, and just being him as a good father and a good dad towards her. But he could not afford child support, so his ex-wife Maggie and her new fiance Paxton, who cannot allow it, so he decides to go back and do his own heist, stealing money and try to get child support. It's not till he steals this suit that belongs to Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, who is called the Ant-Man suit. And of course, he joins in to go on this heist to help Hank and Hope, played by Angeline Lilly, to steal this suit that is made by Darren Cross, played by Corey Stoll, called the Yellow Jacket. So he has to get this suit, destroy it before it goes into public and worldwide. So what do I think of Ant-Man is, I like this movie. I do. Because every time I watch it, it's one of those films that is very underrated. It doesn't get much talked about. I know people talk about Ant-Man in Captain America Civil War or even Avengers Endgame. I think his solo movies doesn't get much credit or get much talked about. But I do respect the filmmakers and everyone involved trying to make this movie possible, make it likable as much as they could. And of course, And the Right was meant to be like this movie mostly, but unfortunately due to creative differences or Peyton Reed's takeover, but he still got some writing credit in the credits, so which is something. He doesn't lost his moments in the Ant-Man film, so he does get some respect. He does show some, like, okay, he's still got some ideas. Okay, Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd, funny guy. I always like Paul Rudd. He's always funny in certain movies and comedies. Even some of the films are not the best, but I can still respect him for being funny or just likable what he's in. Especially when he's in the MCU as Scott Lang. He's always likable, very charming, very endearing character. He's wants to get out to spend time with his daughter Cassie, but he gets pounded into the dirt. He just couldn't have time. He just reminds me of Peter Parker, that he just gets beaten to the ground, like into the dirt. He just doesn't have much hope for him. He doesn't get much luck. So he gets this heist that is organized by Louise, who is one of his friends and also one of his Wombat buddies, which is the group, which is we all seen in the movie. Louise, he's a funny guy. He's just a really likable character, and Michael Pena brings that funny, likable, endearing, but brings that somewhat of a comedic moment or lighthearted into this film while the serious stuff happens along the way. And of course, he tells that story to Scott about the suit or the money that Hank has, was actually the Ant-Man suit, by the stories, and of course the characters, the way they talk, the way they say things, and their impersonations. It's just hilarious. And of course, let's introduce to the other two characters. Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas. Hank Pym, he is in the Marvel Comics. He's the original Ant-Man, the very first Ant-Man before Scott Lang took over him as his protege. And of course, even though he would have tried to get Scott trained, but Scott keeps failing and keeps trying to jump through the keyhole, but he keeps getting hit by the door. And of course, he tries to learn how to throw discs. And of course, he gets trained to do martial arts and fighting with his daughter, Hope, played by Angeline Lilly. Angeline Lilly, she's fine for the most part. And of course, she's just there for, just to help out Scott. She does have her moments where she wants to know more about her mother's death or how it all happened, because Hank's keeping a secret from her because he doesn't want to know why she died or why she's not longer with them anymore. Of course, you have this moment where Hank breaks it down to her, where Janet, who is the Wasp in the movie, and of course how she was all joining her missions and joining this stuff. And of course, when she gets subatomic, it goes into the quantum realm, and Hank feels the regret that he doesn't want to lose Hope, because if he joins the mission, she will die or she'll be gone just like her. And of course, we do have the Ant-Man suit. The Ant-Man suit looks cool. It looks really unique. I really like the way it looks. It looks like an Ant-Man. It looks like an Ant-Man. Even though in the comics it looks different because you see his mouth moving and of course you see the eyes. But the way they did it is more realistic in a way that still has its nods to the comics. And of course, the Yellow Jacket, Darren Cross, played by Corey Stoll. Now, this is where the Marvel villains, they usually are not as good, because I think they've run out of time. They're still trying to get the whole idea of how to make a villain work, because they always focus on the hero than the villain, which makes sense, but at the same time, I feel like, come on, the villains needs more shine to do. And Corey Stoll, he was fine. I don't mind him. His performance was good. Can't say he's bad. Oh, his character was not much to him. He's just a business guy. He wants to create this Yellow Jacket to go out to war and use it for end of all wars. It becomes a threat that Hank is worried that it's going to cause catastrophic chaos into the world. So that's why he hired Scott to steal this suit and destroy it before it goes out in public. And of course, you do have the scene of Scott Lang versus Darren Cross in the suits. Of course, they fight in Cassie's room, which is the final battle. And of course, they fight on this Cassie's train set, which is Thomas the Tank Engine, which is the scene in the trailer that always made me laugh. When you've seen the reactions from people, everyone just laugh when Thomas hits Yellow Jacket, and the whole fair roar of laughter. And even myself, I found it funny every time I watched the trailer, or even seen the film itself in cinemas. It's just amazing. It just made me laugh. Even watching it now in 4K, and even have it in Blu-ray, but upgraded to 4K, still made me laugh. It still makes me laugh, but I'll never get over it. It's just past the joke. Let's talk about, another chance to talk about Cassie and his mom, and of course her new stepfather, Paxton. Cassie, I can't remember the actress' name, but she's a child actor, so child actors are always the best, but I think she's very likable. She really has that smile on her face when he sees her dad. It's a cute moment. I just love it. Just melts my heart. Judy Greer as Maggie, Scott's ex-wife and Paxton's fiance. She's very okay. She's likable. She's there for the most part. And of course, Paxton, played by Bobby I can't pronounce the actor's name. He's a dick in the film. I'll just put it politely. Every time you see him, I just go, really? You're really going there? He doesn't like Scott. He doesn't want near her daughter. So he's just, no, you go back to prison. That's where you belong. That's where you are. You're a thief. You're not Paxton. You're a dick. You're a dick, dude. It's not until Scott saves Paxton and his daughter Cassie when he's destroying the Yellow Jacket. And of course, the Yellow Jacket's gone, which we'll see if he does appear in Quantumania, because I've heard he's going to be the character, which I'm not going to spoil. If you've seen the trailer for that one, you know what I'm talking about. And of course, when he's in the quantum realm, he comes back, and of course, Hank thinks, wait a minute, if he comes back, can Janet be alive? And of course, the action scenes, for the most part, I would say is good. It's really entertaining. It's nothing too spectacular. It's nothing outstanding, but it's enjoyable, especially the scene with the Cassie's room fight, especially with Scott Lang and Darren Cross. And the visual effects, for the most part, is very well done when he shrinks to the size of an ant. Of course, I think it's got a mixture of real practical or build sets, but also make it a bit larger to make it feel like he's actually shrunk the small size of an ant, mixed with CGI or practical effects or something, which is really well done. I can't fault the filmmakers and Pavey's direction. It has that unique human style. And of course, you do have that one scene where Scott runs into by these guards while the guards are shooting him through the windows and the glasses, which is this kind of similar thing what Edgar Wright was doing during his screen test shot in Comic-Con, which that's the thing that he wanted to do. But so they actually credit some of his ideas in the film. So there's some Edgar Wright writing in there, so at least they credit his ideas. They still credit some of his ideas. Ant-Man, the first movie, I like this film. I can't say I love it. I would say I really like this film. It's a really good time. So my rating for Ant-Man is good time. I love this movie. I do. I think it's a really good movie. Of course, I forgot. We do have this cameo scene is the Falcon, played by Anthony Mackie, and of course you do have that scene with him and Scar fighting in the Avengers headquarters because they try to steal this device to get into the Yellow Jacket suit, destroy it. I want to mention that part, I do apologise, because I was just so busy, I was just too tired, so I just want to get this review out of the way. The credit scenes, we have Hank Pym showing Hope about this Wasp suit that he was making for her, for Janet, but decided to use it for Hope, for the sequel, which we all know, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which we all know it's going to happen at one point. Post-credit scene is we have Falcon and Steve Rogers in Captain America Civil War, where he talks to Bucky, which we all know happens in the film. And of course, Falcon says, I know a guy, which is referring to Scott Lang. Overall, guys, that's my review on Ant-Man. Of course, I want to know, what is your thoughts on Ant-Man? Do you love it? Do you like it? Or do you think it's alright? Or do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, stay tuned for my Ant-Man and the Wasp review coming very soon this week. So keep around for that. And of course, guys, until next time, see ya!